Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Street Urchin. Quick question. How do you guys navigate through the MBTI YouTube videos without dying of cringe? There's just so much conflicting information with little to no regard for the cognitive functions. Befuddles the brain. Maybe I need to start drinking before I make videos. Anyhow, that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about catching the most squirrely of prey, the ENTP. Duh. Because maybe you're a sicko and you have a fetish for fixer-uppers? We'll go ahead and skip the part about what a pain in the ass the ENTP is going to be. If you aren't sure about maintaining an ENTP, I recommend watching my video on ENTP relations. Otherwise, I refuse to be responsible for any psychological damage sustained pertaining to interactions with a wild ENTP. You've been warned. Step 1. When you're doing any kind of hunting, it's all about preparation. When considering a relationship, the ENTP is, in fact, looking for someone special, unique. Obviously, common interests should be thrown into your survival pack, but they're also looking for someone with a little bit of mystery, perhaps guarded, a little reserved. So if you have some spare intrigue lying around, bring it with you. ENTPs can smell anomalies on people and actively seek them out. If you show up wearing a Episode 5 Star Wars shirt, they're gonna take notice. If you're wearing dark clothes while everyone else is wearing more vibrant colors, you will be seen as different and attract their attention. And most importantly, bring yourself to the hunt. ENTPs are truth seekers, and that includes people being true to themselves. Authenticity will be your greatest tool on this insane endeavor. Step 2. Hunting grounds. As my late grandma Wanda would say, ENTPs are often found tomcatting around, meaning that you can find the ENTP nearly anywhere. But in many places, they won't be there for very long. They're almost always on the move, and they just won't hang around in the more mundane places. Typically, if I'm out for groceries, I ignore the humans as much as possible and try to make it to the checkout in record time. So where you really want to look are more nerdy social gatherings, tech expos, anime conventions, hobby shops. ENTPs might be people savvy, but they're still massive nerds. You could try to find them online, but in many cases they won't live anywhere near you, and they're also more likely to be mistyped, so keep that in mind. Step 3. The bait. The ENTP prefers to be approached. They also try to, lure people to them, as normally they aren't sure that their advances are going to be well received. Sadly is the curse of extroverted intuition in the lead position. However, if you want to distance yourself from others to create something of a private zone, while giving them hints that you want their attention, they may decide to wander over. But no. Not engaging with the ENTP is the biggest risk to losing them. An ENTP will never be cruel to a new face, as they typically enjoy getting to know people a little before they tear them down, and they'll be as accommodating as possible thanks to their experienced extroverted feeling. Worst case scenario, you have a pleasant time and you don't see them again. But if you're prepared, you'll have their phone number by the end of the night. This next part is where you start to get into more rocky territory. The ENTP is going to use every trick in and out of the book to get you to spill as much information as possible in the shortest period of time. It's gonna seem amazing. They'll draw comparisons with your stories, finish your sentences, predict your interests, ask questions that'll give away your general behavior, and most importantly, your current relationship status. I'll be honest, in nearly every case, if the ENTP is considering you for a relationship, they will not care about whether or not you're with someone already. In some cases, it may even sweeten the bait. I don't know what to tell you, ENTPs are just not the greatest people. But if you're watching my channel, you probably already knew that. Point being, you must resist the urge to spill your guts all over their shoes. Remember the mystery, the intrigue. The ENTP wants to keep guessing as to who you are with what little they know about you. This is the game they want to play. So if you're a little harder to figure out, they'll find the answers to be that much juicier. That, of course, doesn't mean playing hard to get. The ENTP gets distracted pretty easily. And if they feel like getting to know you is more of a pain than a pleasure, they will sadly forget about you. Just let them know that you want to keep playing. Step 4. The trap. If you're looking to simply sleep with the ENTP, you probably could have done so already. But you're not looking to get some snapshots in a picture frame. No. You want the big-ass mounted trophy. Lets people know you survived the encounter and subdued it into a relationship, which is, of course, the one thing that all ENTPs try to avoid. Commitment. If you want to keep them locked down, you can't just spring the trap immediately. They'll just, wiggle their way out and say something like, "I'll call you." They almost never never do. I recommend you let the bait marinate a little in some quality fun time, learning their interests, and a little sexual innuendo here and there. This accomplishes two important things. One, you're forcing the ENTP to invest in you. They also don't enjoy having their time wasted. As long as it doesn't take too long, they will keep playing the game to get the answer. And two, you're showing them that you have potential to grow together, share experiences, have some adventures, and so on. Getting them to believe that you're the one triggers their functions in a way that makes them believe they can't let the opportunity just slip away. Finally, once you've secured their attentions, convince them to go out to places they normally wouldn't go, have them blurt out a drunken secret or two. It's time to spring the trap, which is, of course, some form of intimacy. The ENTP is, haha, not a stickler for tradition, so marriage is not a requirement. If it's a requirement for you, I do recommend looking elsewhere, but if you're willing to wait for it, and you keep up the good work, you'll get them to marry you. Eventually, but don't let them put it off forever, because they can, and if they have it their way, they will. Alright, so that was the ENTP hunting guide for you masochists. I cannot imagine what would cause you to seek out such a person. I can see where the challenge might be alluring, I suppose. If you're looking for the same kind of brains with a lot less hassle, I recommend the INTP. At the very least, commitment isn't nearly the same issue. You just have to get past all the social awkwardness. If you enjoyed what you saw, remember to hit that like button. I know it's been a little slower on the output lately, trying out some video ideas and brainstorming some new ones. But there's more content on the way, and I'll see you next time. Bye!